Welcome everyone. Hello to the Growing Pair. My name is Isaac Goldfarb, and with me here is
James Edge,
Hello, James. You know what, James? We need to celebrate today.
number 10.
Number 10.
Yes.
10. What's in the number 10 that is so perfect? Because if you think about it, it's 1 and 0. It's a yes and a no together.
Mm.
When I see number 10, I see perfection. But what do you see when you see number 10? Straight away,
I've
bang, bang,
never,
bang,
I've
bang.
never had to think so much about a number before, so it caught me off guard there, Isaac.
Okay. Let
But
me know. Let me know by the end of this podcast if this podcast was 10, because you're bringing the topic today. But just before we go to the topic, we invite you, listeners and viewers, if you're watching and listening to us, just give us rating, comment, get in touch with us, engage with us. James and
yeah,
I would love to get to know you, listeners, much more. But yes, James, over to you. You are bringing the topic today.
yes. So, off the back of last week, where I mentioned, we'd done 9, was getting comfortable, kind of challenging ourselves and putting ourselves in our outside of our comfort zone. I thought I'd try kind of a different approach to this one. Basically, share something about me, be a bit more vulnerable. I was actually inspired by your LinkedIn posts this morning. For me, until about a year ago, I was, really bad at celebrating my wins or acknowledging my successes. I would kind of always look at, what I didn't do, what I did wrong, what I could have done better, what wasn't perfect, or I would instantly be thinking about what do I need to do next then, and not take that time to kind of reflect and kind of really take note of what I've done. So, over the last year, I've been kind of working on that a lot. I've got a journal. I talk about it more. It's not so uncomfortable to talk about achievements and things like that. And yeah, I kind of take pride in what I do now. I guess with the point of saying all that, I wanted to kind of ask the questions, how do we celebrate our successes? And in reference to my situation, what holds us back from taking time to celebrate our wins and achievements?
So many things to say. But the first thing I want to say is, listeners and viewers, we don't update each other what we are talking. So when we're saying who's bringing the topic, we're coming to it very raw. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So just to put it out there in case you think no, we are not planning it. It's completely random. I was thinking this morning and I said to myself, what would James bring today? Oh, I hope he will bring something to do with celebrations. Seriously, that's what I thought. I'm
We're
not
so in
kidding.
sync now, Isaac.
I am not kidding, James. So the fact that you said that, I'm like, I got some chills in my. I'm like, is manifestation as a really stronger and bigger than what we think?
Mm-hmm.
That's the first question I have. But regarding to your celebration, when was the last time, James, you look at the mirror
Mm-hmm.
and celebrated yourself?
I would say it's more I look in the mirror and I'm proud of what I've done, if that
Do you
makes
say
sense.
that to yourself?
No,
Do you
think it.
find yourself at any point in the day talking to yourself and said, "Well done. You've done amazing on whatever it was."
My brain will tell myself sometimes like, that's good job, well done for doing that.
Your brain, but you're not saying it out loud.
No.
Exactly. And that's where it's harder for us to celebrate. So the moment you think about the celebration, you straight away think about something else and you forget about the celebration. The moment you say it out loud, there is an opportunity you will hear yourself. So you will prolong the process of celebrating. And that's just a small example of why we are not celebrating more our successes. When you
Mm.
write something down, that's a completely longer process of celebrating yourself. So I wrote this post you're talking about that I published this morning about celebrating this week yesterday evening. And when I wrote it down and put all those points there, I was looking at it and it made me feel energetically like, whoa, what's happening to me? Kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
the whole celebration was a much longer process than just thinking, oh, I've done that, great, done, gone.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, I was just thinking as well for listeners who perhaps were maybe a bit more like me before, who were nervous about celebrating things. When we talk about celebration, we're not talking about popping a popping a what are they called?
What?
Um, yeah, a firecracker or something.
Why
It
not?
can be,
Why
but for those a little
not?
bit more different, let's say, it's not that. It's just basically acknowledging and taking time to celebrate yourself, basically. So that's what I was thinking there. I guess, how long have you been comfortable celebrating your successes?
What percentage do you give yourself, let's say during a day, by positive talk compared to negative talk? How easier it is for you to talk to you negatively, like, oh, I shouldn't done that, I shouldn't done that, and the kind of thing, than
Mm-hmm.
actually, well, well done for making this happen. Well done for trying. Well done for making an effort. A lot of the times, what happens is, in my mind, is when we don't get things the way we wanted, we focused on the negative side of it instead of focusing on what we learned from it. I ran my motivation workshop this week again. I'm running it every month, the first Wednesday of the month, open for all. If you want to join in, viewers and listeners, please, details will be on my website. And one of the things I'm saying in the motivation workshop is about the importance of the feedback and how we translate failures and mistakes, or how we understand failures and mistakes, how we take it, and how it's knocking down our motivation. And what I'm offering the people that coming to this workshop is to change the mindset of looking at failure and mistakes to feedback for your life, to your life path. And the moment you start looking at things that happen not in the right way or the way you wanted it, as actually I've learned something from it, then you can start celebrating. I've learned something new. I know what I won't do next time. I'll do something else. It's part of the
Mm-hmm.
celebration. If you think about it, there are so many opportunities for us on the day-to-day basis to celebrate. And it's up to us to decide if we want to celebrate it and how to celebrate it.
Why do you think it is that we automatically default into the negative mode? I mean, I'm not saying everyone does. There might be some people that always see the positive, which is great. But let's say you do tend to be like, should have done that, or I didn't quite do that, or whatever. What makes us go there first, do you think?
Listen, I'm not a psychologist. I didn't learn how our brain work in that sense, but I can tell you and share with you where my thoughts are going with that. As human, if you go back in the years, we were always in a defense mode. We need to protect our tribe,
Mm-hmm.
which put us in a vulnerable position, or shall I say, victimized position as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they killed half of my tribe, kind of thing. I'm so, oh, I don't have money to eat. Oh, all those examples over the years that you can see it as a victimized feeling. And I feel that when something wrong going on in our life, it's almost natural for us to go to that victim mode.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you are more self-aware, more resilient, you won't go to that victim mode. You will turn this off and you will focus on the next thing you do or what have you
Mm-hmm.
learned from it. But the moment you are in that victim mode, that's the negative. That's where you can't celebrate. You won't be able to see the celebration. What do you think?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, that another aspect why I didn't celebrate in the past was, apart from kind of looking at it negatively, I'd almost feel like I didn't deserve to celebrate. Like I didn't, do you know what I mean? Or who am I to kind of pat myself on the back and say, well done, like I felt like I didn't deserve it.
Didn't deserve it. What does it mean?
Well, I guess that's when I wasn't as, probably didn't have as much pride in myself as probably now. So I thought I didn't deserve it back then.
Where is it coming from? You didn't have pride in yourself.
Not sure. Not sure.
And you're not going to be the only one that think this way, because again, I will take it back to our natural behavior. When you see a person that is very confident, what would be your first thought? Would it be, oh, well done him, what a great example for us all? Or would it be, oh, he's a bit of a twat kind of thing? What would be the first thought?
Depends how they came across.
Let me put my coins on what is.
Hmm.
We see something that doesn't sit well with where we are at the moment, or the right frequency we are broadcasting at the moment, and we're like, oh, is a full on, this person, what he or she or they, whatever, full on, what's they all about? And I'm doing the same thing. Don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm living in a different world, but I would love to look at this person. I'm like, wow, he loves himself. He, they, she, whatever, love themselves so much.
Mm-hmm.
They are inspiring me for myself. I want to celebrate myself the way they celebrate themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But we are not there, right? We are not doing it. A practice that we need to take from this, in my mind, is to celebrate as much as you can. Small, big wins you have during a day. And if you can even log it, log those wins. And my
Mm-hmm.
post on LinkedIn, when I've done it yesterday, I realized how powerful it is to write down wins. This week was for me full of things that happened. And I celebrated myself.
You also linked it to confidence there, because you said someone who was acting confident, you would want to be like them because they to celebrate them success themselves like that. So, yes, doing what you said there, writing about your wins, your celebrations, that in turn is going to help build your confidence over time as well.
Absolutely. Confidence is playing a key role in finding the pride in yourself. Confidence is playing a key role in being more motivated to do stuff. I know we're quite far from June. Well, June is the official starting point for all the pride celebrations around the world, where the LGBTQ plus Q plus community are celebrating pride. And this is a celebration of themselves, of ourselves, and our love, that we want to love whomever it is. Yet again, I will invite you all, celebrate yourself as much as you can. So back to the first question, James, now. Number 10, how do you celebrate it?
How do I celebrate it? Or how will I?
Or what does the first
What
question
does it
was,
mean?
what does it mean? But then, how do we celebrate our
What it means to me now that we spend a lot of time discussing the number 10 is how I'm going to remember this moment of talking about celebration. So for me, the number 10 is going to be a number for celebration, and it's going to remind me to celebrate something.
Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. This is one thing I'm allowing you to mark as taking away. What's the second thing?
The second thing I'm taking away is to continue to write, talk about my successes, and continue to celebrate them, because that will also build up confidence more and help with motivation for things, like you said.
Amazing.
How about you?
I'm still a bit shocked about this manifestation thing and how you brought this topic to this today episode without me, telling you, oh, James, let's talk about. No, you just brought it because I wanted you to do it. So manifestation is there, is absolutely there. Use it more. Use it more. That's what I'm saying to myself, and I'm taking away from this. And the second thing is how much I enjoy talking to you about those kind of things, and how we allow each other to go as deep as we can in such a short time in those topics. But we have this ability to go down very quickly into almost every topic we are
Well,
getting.
I definitely felt it this week. I felt I was in a therapy session there for a little bit, but yeah.
But you brought yourself on the table, and you said, I would like to be more vulnerable, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And you know what, James? It's another step in your growth. So well done.
Thanks, Isaac.
If you like this episode, please share it with your family, friends.
Yes, please.
Do whatever it takes to allow us to grow the growing pair. And if they want to get in touch with you, James, how can they do that?
James at v-edgecoaching.co.uk.
And you can contact me via my website, mataralifecoaching.com. It was lovely chatting to you as always, James. And until next time.
And you.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.